Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Color Me Badland, back with a brief share of an amazing fragrance that is in my collection that I absolutely am in love with and I am totally out of. So this video will be about my empty bottle regrets. Before we get into that, welcome back to my channel. Again, I'm Color Me Badland. So glad to see you back yet for another review, fragrance share, or video. On my channel, we talk mainly about the fragrances that are in my collection, those that are on my wish list. I still haven't unloaded my wish list yet. I'm being good. Also, the fragrances that are sent to me in the mail, samples, complimentary fragrances, and gifts that have been given to me along the years. Every now and then I'll come on and share some fragrances that my mom loved, and then also some fragrances that are in my son's collection if he allows me to do so. You have to know us and how we get along in order to understand where I'm coming from with that. I have to be allowed. I have to ask permission. Can you believe that? Also, we will talk about natural skincare. We will talk about makeup. We'll also talk about love, romance, relationships, all things beauty. If I forgot to mention anything that has pertaining to beauty, we will talk about it on our channel. Okay. We'll also talk about, again, love, relationships, romance, a little bit about dating. I'm not a huge dater, so I don't have a whole lot of stories to tell, but I do have a really good story to come on to tell you guys. I haven't forgotten. And we will also talk about faith, most importantly. Okay. All right. So my fragrance that is all gone is Black Opium from YSL. I love this fragrance so much. And I'm missing this fragrance so much, you guys. I love this fragrance. And later on down the line, I'll come on and share my story about this fragrance and why I love this fragrance so much. I purchased this fragrance purposely to go see one of my favorite singers in concert. I think maybe about a year or two ago, I had an opportunity to go see Jilly from Philly. I went by myself, got all dolled up and went by myself. I was determined to go hear her sing for her 20th anniversary in the music business. And this is a fragrance that I went out and purchased because I just didn't have anything in my collection. I was like, I'm going to get me some new fragrances. I'm going to see my girl, and we're going to have a good time. But yeah, so this is the fragrance that I purchased when I went to go see her, and I don't have any left, and I'm so hurt. So we're going to go over the fragrances. I do have a little sample of it that I've been holding on to, that I want to go over the notes of this fragrance and tell you why I love this fragrance so much and it works so well. The funny thing about Black Opium for me is that way before I knew that it was an extremely popular fragrance in the fragrance community, I had no idea. I just picked it up off of a whim because I've always loved YSL fragrances and I've always been obsessed with the original Opium. I could never wear it growing up because my mother hated that fragrance. But a childhood friend of mine's mother used to wear that fragrance, and that's how I got introduced to the original Opium. And I still love Opium to this day. And eventually we'll come on and do a review about the OG Opium because I absolutely love that fragrance. The reformulated version of Opium is a little bit different than the old school Opium, but I still love it nonetheless. So let me get my bottle out. I'm not going to hold both of them, but I'm going to go over my empty bottle notes and tell you guys how much I love it. Let's put a little bit on first. And if I forgot to ask how you guys were doing, I hope everybody is all well and fine. Okay, so let me get it open. I was going through my sample drawer and I was like, oh, I forgot I had a little bit of this left still. So I'm going to I have a fragrance on for the day. I'm wearing 3 different Issey Miyake fragrances. I combined all 3 of them together. And I'm going to come on and tell you guys how it smells. They smell amazing. I layered 3 different Issey Miyake fragrances together today. And the scent is out of this world. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of this on so that while I'm telling you about it, I can feel its vibe. And again, this is one of my favorite fragrances, you guys. But because, you know, when you collect fragrances, you have so many fragrances in your collection that sometimes you forget what you're out of. You really don't miss it all that much because you have so many other choices to choose from. And I don't know how I ran through these bottles, but I really love this. I know for sure this one, they came together in like a really nice gift set. But this one I kept in my work bag. Okay, so that's probably why this one is gone. But this one, I have no idea what happened to my baby. Let me go over the notes. And anybody else who loves this fragrance knows exactly what I'm talking about. This is just my baby. It's what you call an easy reach fragrance. Most people would call this like a after hours date night frag. I don't go on a whole lot of dates. I don't go on any, to be exact. So I really don't do date night frags. And sometimes I do take myself out. I date myself if I do want to go out. But I would never wear anything like this, except for when I went to go see Jill Scott. I did wear this, and I was accompanied by myself. Mwah. Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. It's Black Opium Yves Saint Laurent for women. Of course, anyone who wants to wear this can. You can still smell it. It's that good. You can still smell it. I miss this fragrance so much. Oh, it's so good. It's just different. It's vanilla, coffee. It's sweet. It's warm, spicy. It's white floral. It's soft, spicy. It's fruity. It's woody. It's powdery and balsamic. And it is good. Trust me. I miss this girl. All right. So let's go over some of the information on it, just so you'll have an idea of where this fragrance originated from and all that good stuff. Again, this is Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, or some people just like to say Saint Laurent or YSL, however you like to pronounce it. This is an amber vanilla fragrance for women. Black Opium was launched in 2014. Okay. Black Opium was created by several people. We've got Nathalie Lorson. We've got Marie Salamagne. We've got Oliver Cresp. You'll hear a lot of my fragrances, the nose behind a lot of my fragrances in my collection. You'll hear Oliver Cresp, and you'll also hear Honorine Blanc. A lot of my fragrances have those two headliners as the nose behind a lot of my fragrances. I tend to go with the same name too of people who create fragrances because they have a certain zhuzh and vibe. And how they put fragrances together. So we'll come on another time and go over my favorite creators of fragrances. Okay, your top notes of this beautiful fragrance is pear. You get pink pepper and orange blossom. Okay, your middle notes of this fragrance is coffee. Anybody that knows me know I love me some coffee. It has jasmine. You know I love my jasmine. It has bitter almonds. I love a nutty fragrance. If the nuttiness is done right, I love a nutty fragrance. And then licorice, okay? Or licorice, whichever or however you pronounce it. Your base notes are vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. One of the reasons why I probably still have empty bottles for this one, and I will say this, I'm a fanatic for fragrances that last a long time, okay? Even if I take a shower after 4, 5, 6 hours of wearing a fragrance, I still like my fragrances to last forever. You know, kind of like the vibe that Chanel gives you. You can scrub down and somehow, some way, after you've been wearing Allure, that's one of my favorite Chanel fragrances, Allure. You get out of the shower and scrub down, you can go through a steam, a heavy workout, and get hot mess funky, but you're still gonna smell that fragrance. And that's what I like about fragrances, no matter what the price is. And that's why I love my oud fragrances, because they stick to you like glue. This one doesn't last as long as I would like for it to, but I miss her. I miss her so much. So I wanted to come on and share my absolute love for Black Opium for YSL and how I miss her. And I'm going to put her on my wish list because I want to re-add her to my collection. I don't know how I used her all up and what was I doing? I must have been going through some things. But I definitely miss her. I'm going to bring the bottle in closer just in case there's someone out here who doesn't have this fragrance in their collection and they're looking for a really, really pretty fragrance to add for evening nights out, black tie events after 5, or just a hot date late night. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance to add to your collection. And I like darker, warmer fragrances, so I don't have to necessarily have a date night, late night to wear my fragrances. I wear my fragrances whenever I want. I treat myself. And so, but this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. And I wanted to come on and share this fragrance today because I miss her. If you can feel me, chat it up for me. Let me know down in the comments if you love this fragrance as much as I do. Thank you guys for watching. This is Color Me Bad Lynn saying bye for now. We'll see you on the next one.